So my Forester SEI got hit in my parking lot, and so I went to Subaru to get it checked out. While there, they let me test drive the new BRZ around town, and afterwards, I went home in a loaner and immediately hopped into my S2000 to compare them right away, around town, on the toge, and on the highway. In this video, I'm going to tell you which one I like better. Also, I installed Underglow because it's awesome. Enjoy the video. Hey, I'm ALBO. I came to Japan as an English teacher, then moved near Tokyo to pursue my passions. I became a filmmaker because I love cars, Japanese culture, and a good story. I'm lucky enough to live the JDM dream, and so my videos are about my car life in Japan, where I go to car meets and visit shops, do track days and toge runs, build and review cars, and shoot vlogs, short films, and documentaries about Japan's car culture and history. Join me and my friends on our adventures and find out what it's really like in the land of the rising sun. So hop in, fasten your seatbelts, and enjoy the ride.
Hey
guys, alright, story time. So the other day, I was at Gunma for my wife's birthday.
Yes, birthday! Yes, birthday!
And we noticed the front of the car, Forester, had some damage. So let me show you right now what I mean. Okay, over here, you can see it's all scuffed up and it's just kind of like it's been lightly hit by, looks like a car that was leaving this parking lot. And after I did some research, after I kind of tried to figure out what's going on, there's a car that's parked over there, and it looked like as he was coming out, he hit my car. So what happened was yesterday, actually, I contacted the police. Police came, they checked everything out. They basically concluded that the other car did in fact hit my parked car, and so they contacted a guy, had a chat with him. He basically said, yeah, looks like I did hit it. Well, I was parked while I wasn't here. So insurance is going to deal with it. I'm actually going to go to my local Subaru dealership and we'll see what they can do. My hope is that I'll be able to get a full new bumper because, you know, even if they fix that scratch, it's going to bug me. And let's just see what they can do. All right, here we go. Let's pull in and let's see what they can do. Hopefully they'll be able to help out. I'm going to take a look at my car. But while we're here, this is the new Forester Sport. It's like 35 grand, like brand new. I mean, it's pretty nice to be honest, but it's just not the same as the Forester SEI because it's not manual transmission for one. Interior fit and finish looks pretty nice. It has like trim like this, nice soft touch materials and a nice big roof. I mean, it's pretty cool, but it's just not the same, you know? Subaru really did something amazing with the Forester SEI. It's just a car that doesn't exist anymore. Like, this is just a straight up SUV now, and it's huge when you put it beside my Forester SEI. Over here we have Subaru XV. This looks kind of like more the size of my Forester, but it's still quite big. Size wise, actually maybe about the same, but it's just not as sporty. It's got the E-Boxer engine, doesn't make a lot of power. I mean, it's amazing that back in 2007, they were able to make Forester SEI with 265 horsepower all-wheel drive manual transmission. I mean, there should still be a desire for enthusiast cars like this. All right, so this is the first time I've seen it in person, but this is the new BRZ. It looks super cool. The rear arches look fantastic. It has like the rear diffuser kit, side skirts, front. Okay, so we're gonna take the Subaru BRZ for a little spin. We'll come back and I'll give you guys my impressions. And let's just take a look at the design. I love the BRZ front lip at the front here. It has the full BRZ kit. Michelin Pilot Sport 4, very good tires. Functional fender vent. And just the shape is really good. It comes with like this integrated ducktail, so I really like that shape. And the wheels look fantastic as well. Yeah, this is a very beautiful car. I don't know if I'll ever be able to replace my S2000, but let's just keep it over here like this. Let's just give it a quick drive. Okay. So we're just driving around town, very low speed, and this is a 2.4 liter, so you can feel the torque right off the line. So first impressions as we just drove out of the dealership, it rides very easy. All the materials and fit and finish are quite nice. It's very, very quiet in here. Very docile at city speeds. And I just feel like I'm driving a regular passenger car, like a 4-seater. My other impression is the stock seats are quite nice. Definitely not a full bucket, but it is, for what it is, for what you get straight out of the factory, these are quite nice. I personally would probably replace some of the cars right away. My same RSGs in the S2000, but this is really quite nice. Yeah, just give it a little bit of gas, a little bit of the beans, and you can feel that nice torque. 2.4 liter torque engine. Oh wow. We give it a little bit of distance and give a little bit of gas. So while we're here, let me just give you guys my impressions of the interior. Once again, I really like the steering wheel. It feels quite good. Everything feels very solid. It feels a lot more premium than the last generation. The layout of everything looks very nice. The switchgear looks quite good. A lot of trim over here. The plastic trim, I wish it was metal, but it is still quite nice. You have like leather red stitching everywhere, so the contrast is quite good. It is a nice evolution of you know, the previous generation, and it's great that we still have these sports cars in 2021, 2022. This is gonna be the next generation. All right guys, so my test drive of the BRZ is finished. This was super fun, and it was really nice of them for just tossing me the keys at a moment's notice, and we got tickets for a quick spin around town, which is, I think, very good. A very good way to test the car. Obviously, I didn't get the chance to really, you know, give it any beans, except for that little pull on the big road over there. But I will definitely have a chance in the future. As a daily driven car, I think this is a fantastic choice for new drivers. Again, very beautiful car, especially with all of the STI option parts. You have like that lip over there. This fender is stock, but you have the side skirt, well, more like a rear spat. And the rear spats are both the side spats and the rear bumper spats. And that diffuser, well, it's more like a diffuser look. It's a very, very good looking car. I also really like this rear fender over here, and just the way it kind of tapers off like that with the ducktail. It's gonna look really good with the wing. You know, it's gonna have kind of like my S2000. We have the wing, and then you have the rear ducktail that comes off the rear trunk hatch. So we're gonna take off now. We're gonna go back home, but because my car is getting serviced, getting the whole, hopefully we'll see, get the front replaced. One more quick look as we walk away. This is gonna be my next car for the next maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So this is a current generation Forester. Actually, it might be slightly older generation than the brand new one. Yeah, it's the brand new one over there. I think they're the same. This one is just facelifted. And it's got the e-boxer. It's quite big. See, there's a ton of trunk space over here. I think maybe about the same as mine, actually, but everything rides a little bit higher. Okay, so let's hop into the car now. Okay, it is push button start. This one's also push button start. Nice. Very quiet. All right, so I'm gonna take this for a quick drive. I'll give you guys my impressions when we get back. All right. I haven't driven an automatic car in years, and then I just drove two. So the BRZ and now this Forester. I already miss shifting my manual transmission cars, but this is gonna be a nice, easy car to just drive around. I pretty much already know the conclusion that I'm gonna come up with, which is that Subaru should make another Forester STI, because while these are great family cars and this has eyesight and I'm sure it's very safe and it's very reliable, it's just missing a lot of the passion of the cars from even 12, 13, 14 years ago. They should bring back the Forester STI model and they should make it into a 6-speed manual transmission again. Who knows if they'll be able to. I think that era of cars is pretty much gone now. This is the world we live in. All right guys, so I'm back here with my car. Let's take this for a quick spin and let me give you my impressions of how it compares to the new BRZ. Okay, so first things first is the overall design. Well, the new BRZ is, well, obviously a 2021 model. It looks really good, but for me, the S2000 still looks completely, well, timeless, I think is the word I want to use. I mean, mine is not completely stock. It has a bunch of, like the lip, the side skirts, and the wing. But I feel like, it's not overdone, and it still looks and feels very contemporary. I mean, it's 2021, but I feel like Honda could re-release the car pretty much as is, and it would still be very well received. Well, even if they just release this car for the first time in 2021, I think it would be very well received because the design is just timeless. Okay, let's go inside. I also recently just completed my interior refresh. I just put in my AP2 door panels over there as well. AP2 center console. And so this interior is pretty much perfect. I have my new ASM floor mats. And the whole thing looks great. Okay, stepping into it compared to the new BRZ, I feel like there's nothing wrong with this interior at all, and it still feels great, looks great, has a timeless look to it, very driver focused. Look at that. I mean, the new center console and the AP2 door cards, especially because they're brand new, it's absolutely beautiful. They really modernized the interior, and with the navigation system over here, everything looks super good, looks super modern. I really like this quick release. I'm not sure if I've shown this to you guys. Works well, quick release, awesome. Just pops right back on there. You're good to go. Okay, let's take this for a quick spin. Actually, no, you know what? Let's do this right. Let's do this right. Okay. All right, let's go for a nice little drive. Okay guys, we're just gonna go for a quick drive around town like I was doing with the BRZ. And immediately, right away, I noticed that this car feels a lot more raw. Just the sound, just the steering, it just feels very direct. Like new cars these days, they all kind of feel the same. They have this kind of insulated quality to them, but cars from the late 90s, early 2000s, they still had that rawness to them. And also, my car is not a completely stock AP1. It has AP2 transmission, Mugen exhaust. I did the airbox mod. I did a bunch of different things. And now the response sounds great. And obviously when you have the top down, you can hear a lot more. And even just driving around town, it sounds very exciting. And it still feels great. So, even just that's oh man, it's already more exciting than the new BRZ for me. So let's just go drive down here, take a look at like this short little toge area. Bring it out, here we go. This car never ever gets old. Wow, what an amazing experience this car is. Okay, and we're back. So after just a quick little jaunt with the S2000 again, I can say I'm still completely smitten with this car. And at this point in time, at least, there's no way that I'm going to be trading this in for the new BRZ. There's just something about this car that to me feels extremely special. The new BRZ is very nice. It's very easy to drive. It's great around town. I'm sure it's going to be a great track weapon as well. But to me, it just feels like a new and improved version of the older car. Whereas this car feels like something that was super special and was not appreciated so much. Well, of course, it's been well loved, but not until now has it really been appreciated for what an amazing sports car it is and was, especially for the era that it came out in. It's just amazing that it's taken other manufacturers 20 years to even come close to beating the overall package that this car is. And the way it is right now, for me, with all my modifications, especially with the interior the way it is now, everything feels very up to date. I especially really love these ASM car floor mats, the S660 cup holder. It's cup holders are what make a car, guys. And now I have the center consoles. And you know, I bought these brand new. They were a lot of money. Just for the door panels and the center console. I mean, that's pretty much what I paid for my Miata back in the day. But it does have the effect of completely freshening up the interior and making it so that I didn't feel like I needed anything that was in the BRZ. Like, this is modern enough as it is, especially with CarPlay. You know, everything works and everything just feels so direct and so well put together. Very high quality. So I love this car, guys. I mean, in the end, this video ended up being another love letter to my S2000, but it is what it is. This is just a fantastic car. Now, who is the new BRZ for? To be honest, I think for the prices that these cars are going for today, honestly, like looking at Car Sensor and Goonet, I've seen my car go for pretty much this, like for a car in the same year and mileage as my car without all the modifications, you know, it's going for pretty much the same price as a brand new BRZ. So I think the new BRZ is a fantastic car, a great deal if you are under 30, if you have a good job, and if you really love the shape of it and you want a new car. I mean, I think you can't go wrong with a new BRZ or a new 86. It's getting harder and harder to find a really good condition S2000 these days. I mean, I bought this last year and I got really lucky because this car pretty much cost half what it would cost now. So, I mean, the flip side of that is these cars keep going up in value, and so you could almost say like they're worth more nowadays. So, like, this car will keep going up in value, and if I were to ever sell it, I basically drove it for free for however long that I owned it. But to me, the S2000 is a forever car, whereas the BRZ 86, I'm not sure they're forever cars. I think they're more like cars you would own for like 4 or 5 years and then sell and get into something else. But for me, this car has already attained that legendary status, and I aim to keep it as long as possible. This car is going to be the benchmark for every other car I own in the future. Even if I pick up like an NSX or a Porsche GT4 or something, I'll probably always keep this car in a stable because it's going to be built out to be exactly what I want from cars in the 90s. So hope you guys enjoyed that video, and it's going to be very exciting to see where car culture and the car industry with regards to Japanese sports cars goes in the next several years. So yeah, all in all, I still have my S2000. I'm not changing it for a BRZ, but I think the BRZ and 86 are gonna be great cars. So yeah, that's it. Okay, so we're gonna take the doggies to the vet. They're so cute. Something so big now. What's your first impression of the new Forester?
Comfortable.
Yeah, it's quite comfortable, right? Really big. Okay, let's head over to the vet, and afterwards we're gonna take them for a walk. Okay, so they just finished at the vet. Sunshine's totally okay, right?
Yeah.
And Nico-chan's gonna get health check next week, right? Okay. How about this doggy?
I'm the dog.
All right, guys, and we're back. So I gotta say, this is a surprisingly decent daily. It's very convenient. It's got some really cool features, but it is still a little bit soulless. So I can't wait until the Forester STI is back from repairs. All right, guys, I actually need to take a break from editing this video. So let's head over to Daikoku Futo, hang out with a couple of my friends, and we'll end the video there. And on the way there, let's also take the S2000, take it on a quick drive, and we'll compare it to the BRZ, which we just drove. So see you guys there. That is why the S2000 is still the best sports car that I have ever driven and that I think has ever come out of Japan. The new BRZ was nice, but it doesn't hold a candle to this. Alright guys, so we are now back at the gas station. I actually didn't get much footage at Daikoku because we ended up talking to my friends all night. So I hope you guys enjoyed that montage. It was really good to be able to drive the S2000 back-to-back after driving the new BRZ. And really, it just reinforces what I basically knew this whole time. This car is amazing. The fact that it's 20 years old and today, this is still a more exciting car, at least for me. It's just incredible. I mean, like when it goes into VTEC in the tunnels and hits 9,000 RPM, it's just intoxicating. It's like a motorcycle on four wheels. I'm definitely not going to be replacing this car for a new BRZ. In the last video, we were talking about Cayman GT Force. Not going to be doing that either. I do have an interesting kind of little announcement though. So before that, here's just a quick walk around of the S2000. What do you guys think of the underglow that's been installed. I personally think it looks sick. It's super cheesy, I know, but I love it. There's just something super cool about it that just makes the kid in me super happy. So this weekend we are gonna be having the ASM bumper installed, and I'm gonna see if I can actually put these side spats and the rear diffuser thing on there as well. I think it's gonna look really cool, but I'm very excited because I've wanted a bumper for over a year now. Hopefully it's gonna look as sick as I imagined. But right now, man, I really like the way this looks, especially for the rear. Super impressive. And the wing just looks absolutely perfect. What I really love, guys, is how with these wing stands, you can see it pushes it back further into the soft wing stands and looks just perfect. All right. So let's hop back in the car. Alright guys, so I'm super excited about the future with this car. So the other day I actually sent out an email to HKS, and surprisingly they replied. Who knows, maybe I'll be able to do some cool projects with them. Fingers crossed that I'll be able to do like a supercharger build. So like that's kind of like my big dream goals for the S2000. A full-on HKS GT2 supercharger build. So fingers crossed, and let me know if you want to see content with the supercharger, because I know a lot of you S2000 owners are really interested in that kit, but there's not a lot of information about it. So hopefully we'll be able to put out some content that's going to explain why it's my choice for the upgrade path and supercharger for the S2000. So yeah, hope you enjoyed today's video. I took a break from the videos with Sayaka just because they take a long time to edit, but don't worry, there's a bunch more videos that are coming from that collaboration, that mini series. Just gonna be enjoying driving the Forester around for a few days, maybe a couple weeks, while the Forester STI gets fixed. So you'll probably see that in more videos going forward. Once again, thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel by picking up merch and supporting the Patreon. I can't thank you guys enough for supporting my dream here in Japan. And yes, I'll see you guys in the next video and on Instagram, so make sure to follow me on there as well, because I post a lot of stuff on Instagram way before it ever ends up here on YouTube. Alright, so anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.